Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So this week we have a nice little change up.
Yes, we're going to switch roles. We haven't done this in a while.
Nice little change up and the change of kind of brands and where we've been going the last few weeks with the reviews we've been doing. We've been really doing a lot of driver stuff, a lot of mainstream kind of companies.
Yep.
And we're going to veer off into the niche market with this one.
And something that people are very curious about, sort of a legendary following with Miura.
It is a bit of a legendary following, isn't it?
Yeah, so obviously very nice premium stuff, known for great feeling irons,
For sure.
Beautiful designs and things like that. This was released last year. This is the 501.
501, yeah, we were down at the show last year and that was the big launch for them, was in the 501, and then this year when we were down,
301 was the big
301.
launch. Right, so probably going to be, if you're in the market for, let's be honest, your higher end, probably someone that likes Japanese forged clubs.
Definitely.
These are probably one of your top ones in the conversation.
They would be. I mean, people want to know the legendary sort of feel of that soft carbon steel when they hit a Miura. You know, a lot of people who are kind of connoisseurs of golf clubs, Matty, love that sort of element of it. And you know what, fair enough, if that's what you want, and there's a little bit more to it for you than just, you know, launch monitor numbers, because realistically, looking at these and the limitations you have with the forging process, you're never going to be a ball speed monster with these. The way you're never going to get P790 numbers or
I mean, it's a very simple design. This is as simple a cavity back as it gets. This is a muscle back blade, I guess you'd call it.
Isn't it?
It's really nice looking, but it's essentially a pure blade. It's just got a little tiny bit of relief here and a bit more mass behind the thing. But you're not looking at something that is going to I mean, it may not be their best performing club in a fit for you. It might be, but more than likely there's other companies with more technology, so that's not why you're going this way. You're more likely going this way, look and feel. That's it.
Signature feel, and you know, there's so much history though that goes into obviously the foundry, or you know, where they're forged and that sort of thing, and obviously the use of them on tour for a lot of companies who outsource to Miura for their tolerances. Really, I mean, that's the one thing that, you know, I don't know if it's spoken enough of with this stuff, is the tolerances with this when it comes to head weight, where CG locations are, that sort of thing. Very different, very very exact. I mean, we never see a set of these come in overly light the way we might see from some other companies. So
there's other things you are paying for. You're paying for a very
that's really
tight
what you're buying.
Spec thing.
Yeah, because when we build with them, I mean, our builders love building with Miura golf clubs, slightly heavier head weights, so it's easier to hit kind of target swing weights with them.
Gotcha. Okay. So why don't we let you dive into the old bay over there? What do you want to hit first? Do you want to warm up with the cavity?
I think we might need a few warm-ups before we dive into
because this
the
thing
blade.
is small. I mean, it may not be a pure blade at the back, but it's, you know, the top line is really, really thin.
It is.
Okay.
I like a little bit of a cavity as well. Take the pressure off, Matty, you know?
Exactly. Okay. So
all right, Matty boy.
CB-301.
CB-301. And this is a new shaft for me this year.
I was going to say, a little change for you. Going to go away from the graphite for now?
I'm going to go away from the graphite for a little bit. I've been kind of testing a little bit on the shaft wall the last couple of weeks and trying to find a steel shaft. I've been kind of a bit lost when it comes to iron shafts, to be honest, for a while.
Because you were in a Nippon shaft.
I was in
before
the
that.
Nippon Super Peenings. I was in before that Modus 120Xs. And the funny thing is, I've never ever played dynamic gold in a set of irons, ever.
Really?
Always used to, anytime I'd swing them when I had them in my TaylorMade demo matrix, hated them. But to be fair, I was swinging 10 miles an hour slower.
Very different.
So you're going to hate them. They're going to feel heavy and stiff and all that stuff. I played KBS for a while, I played KB Tours. So this is the first time I'm going to give DG X100 tour issues a try.
Very nice. So that CB-301, they're saying it's kind of, you know, it's a player's look, but it should fit up to what kind of a handicap you think? Someone could get away with it up to...
I mean, if you're a decent striker, up to sort of
12?
You know, 10, 12, somewhere around about there, but you know, maybe you sort of are a little bit better on the striking side, maybe a weaker short game, something like that. After that, then you'd want to stay away from the kind of type of iron that this is. There's probably not enough distance benefit.
I was going to say, you need to be hitting it quite long, because obviously the lofts are weaker, You're not getting the extra ball speed.
Now this is the strongest loft actually they've ever made.
Oh, that is.
Yeah,
okay.
this is 28, I believe, on the 6-iron.
Right.
We have it at 29. I play all my irons at 29, so I'll do the same. So between this one and the 501, they'll be exactly the same.
Gotcha.
Yeah, naturally this is a little bit on the stronger side, which is nice.
Yeah.
You know, we've said to Miura, or said that about Miura for a long time, that in an age where the iron is sort of really fast, kind of hard to be in the conversation because you've got premium, which this is, but PXG and sort of Epon, there's other quick premium irons in that space. Yeah. So it's nice for them to be in the conversation.
Well, I don't think someone's going to be willing to give up a club or a club and a half a distance just because they like the look of an iron.
No, that's it. And
you need to hit it far enough.
You know, we would give this to someone who is actually looking to lose a little bit of ball speed.
Right.
So you get somebody who's a little jumpy. You're probably someone who's in that same sort of category now.
For distance control, basically.
Probably start trying to bring you back a little bit this year as your swing speed needs to calm the beep down.
Needs to relax a bit. Well, there's only one model of this in left. They did make a new one though.
They did.
Saw that at the show.
The new left hand, I think it's called like the 801 or something like that.
I think it was literally just called left. Did they give it a name?
They gave it a name, yeah. It's nice.
It looks nice.
It looks really nice. So
they have to test that out.
Yeah, because that was the one we did fit into that last year, if you remember.
The originals, yep.
X7s.
And they stopped making them? With the X7s, yeah. Might be back to X7s this year.
Yep. All right, let's see.
Let's see it, yeah.
Good looking stick, I'll give them that.
Nice and clean, yeah, good.
We'll give them that, Matty.
Sounded good to start. Nice. Yeah. Struck it pretty much right in the middle.
What was that one?
How'd that feel?
Yeah, that felt quite nice. Didn't get that one quite as good, but I tell you what, it's flown quite well.
Yeah. It didn't sound a whole lot different.
Did it not?
Was it a bit thin?
Felt like I maybe missed it, just maybe slightly, I was going to say slightly toe side.
Yeah, just a hair. You really didn't lose much distance at all, did you?
No. I tell you one thing though, I can definitely see a little bit of ball speed leakage versus, which is again, this is why I would pick this iron.
For someone.
Yeah, you know, when normally if you say, that one's a bit slower, you're kind of going, it's not as good.
Right.
I'm kind of going good, nice. Like,
yeah, that's
give
what it's
me something that's a little bit on the slower side. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing, there's no tech about this that should make it go long. What you want to see with this one is, when you look at 5 or 6 shots in a row, you want to see ball speed that's the same, launch and spin that's the same. It's all about repeating numbers. Right. So hopefully that's what this gives us.
So far, yes.
Well, yeah. If we look at those first two on the table, let's have a look and see what that says. It should hopefully be quite similar.
Your launch is within half a degree. Your spin is within 30 RPMs. Good. Your descent angle is within the same, 0.3. And your yardage is within a yard.
And that's what you want from this type of an iron. Consistency, no surprises, which is the key.
You're used to being about 133, 134
exactly. Ball speed? Low 130s. Now this definitely is obviously different shaft and stuff, so maybe a little different. I didn't hit that one very well.
Okay.
That was low in the face, but it's not bad.
I mean, no punishment on direction.
It was just a little bit short.
Let's take a look. Yeah, lost some ball speed. But you retained a decent amount of spin, and your launch was just down a little bit. Not a bad miss. A better strike?
No. A little Healy.
Healy?
Different. It's definitely a different feel for me, that's for sure.
Is it feeling almost kind of on the dull side to you? Like
it is. I'm probably, that's exactly what I'm feeling with it.
Yeah. So not going to be the most forgiving of irons, if we're honest, because that was only 8 low, 7 heel.
Right.
And you lost about 5 yards. Not terrible, I guess. Not unforgiving, but probably not going to be in the more forgiving category. That sounded good.
That was a better one.
Yeah. It's all over it. It's about your number, I think.
Yeah. Pretty close. The ball speed back up a little. 124.
It's a little lower.
Interesting.
I think you got a little more distance out of that, it looks like, from the launch and spin more than anything else. Looking at the table, that was one of your lower spin.
Yeah. Shallower than I really want to be in the delivery, but
yeah. If you look, I mean, if you look at consistency, it's going to be a little hard for people to see because the numbers are small, but
yeah.
The standard, let me pull it up here. This standard deviation number, I guess, is a good indicator.
Yeah.
So you haven't deviated more than 2 miles an hour within within a degree, couple hundred RPMs.
Not bad.
Within 3 yards on 5 different strikes. It's not bad, is it?
Not too bad.
No. All right, show us another good one. How was that one?
Okay.
Not bad. Fraction heavy?
I tried to get steeper.
Oh, okay.
To be fair,
you brought your strike up.
Yeah, I tried
higher.
I literally tried to move my strike up the head a little bit.
And you did. Yeah, so even with that, you're still, in fact, that brought everything a bit tighter.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think it's basically achieved what you wanted it to achieve. It's definitely not the fastest, you're probably a solid 7 mile an hour faster with like Srixons or something like that.
Yeah.
But you hit, I think that was about 6 shots, and they were all within 3 yards of each other.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
The little dispersion circle's pretty tight.
It's very tight, yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, to be honest, if I look at my irons, like I'll take losing a little bit this year. I mean, maybe X1s versus my Acra 125 I's.
Yep.
Maybe I'm giving something up with that and speed or a little bit on ball speed, but I don't mind. I could do with probably hitting them more consistently the same number.
Hit your green, yeah. Well, like 190 with a 6-iron is plenty of distance.
Yeah.
You're certainly not giving up distance.
Yeah, and those honestly, like those were none of those were really great strikes.
They weren't your best.
1 and 2 were okay.
Yep.
And then the rest of them were so-so.
Yeah, you had a fair mix, and you got pretty good results. All right, well, why don't we
throw the blade?
Let's step it up a notch. Yep. How's that top line look compared to this?
This is different. Do you know? And the funny thing straight away is, I look at this and go, this is going to be a little easier for me.
Really?
Something about that last one made me think I had too much going on down there, and I was actually going to hit it heavy.
Okay, so you were sensing the sole, I guess, width or something?
Seeing a little bit of a top line. Like, it is a little thicker top line on the 301.
To be honest with you, the top line's a lot thicker than I would think it would be.
I think there's a lot of people who really like that 301 from the head shape. Personally, it's a little big from what I want, but...
Someone that wants the confidence of a more forgiving club.
Definitely.
All right. That sounded quite good.
That was the best one, by far.
Yeah, it flew a little further.
Yeah. So it felt a little more comfortable with that one.
Yeah, so it looks like you put a little bit more club head speed on it.
Okay.
Which makes sense if you're liking the look of it a bit better. Good centered strike. Similar launch and spin, which is kind of interesting, isn't it? Mm-hmm. But same lofts. So
29
we've seen
both.
we've seen that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
I guess same loft to same loft is not going to do too much. It's interesting to see you swing with that much more confidence on a way smaller golf club.
Yeah.
It's different, Sounded good too.
Yeah, it was good. Ball speed's a little quicker with this one for some reason. You know what? I could feel with the 301, like I felt like I was stuck in the ground. And like that one that actually hit okay in the last one you went, did you catch that a bit heavy?
I thought it was heavy, yeah.
And it was a lot of turf, but it was actually quite well hit.
Interesting.
But it just get kind of stuck in the ground a little bit. But it always goes back to the shallow guy. The low point is closer to the ball.
Right.
So the wider sole, you'll always have a harder time with. Like, I'm going to be more precise with a sole like that. It's got a little pre-worn leading edge on it.
Which you like that, don't you?
Which is nice. So I'm able to retain some ball speed. So, it's going to be counterintuitive to most people.
Well, I think there's definitely some things that are definitely counterintuitive already. I mean, your ball speed being up, you're up 4 miles an hour, but your club speed's only up 1.
Yeah.
So your efficiency went up 0.3.
Yeah,
That's a big difference. Look,
Definitely.
your strike is exactly the same.
Pretty much.
Pretty much everything else is exactly the same. So you're getting more efficiency out of what is a smaller iron. So that it's good to see that, because I think the assumption is always this bigger iron is going to give me more jump. I'm going to get more forgiveness. I'm going to swing it faster, whatever the thought may be.
Yeah.
But for you, the way you swing the club, that is just going to be a better fit for you.
And the key for me with an iron, Matty, is always, can I fade it? It's always the key. Like everything I can draw.
Yep.
Like I get a little bit back there and flippy. Never a problem drawing it. Like that last shape is stock for me.
Yep.
But the key is always, can I move it a little bit?
You want to see the ball start a little left.
Yeah.
How's the offset on that look to you?
A little more than I like.
Right. More than you'd expect from a blade?
To be honest, yeah.
Why do you think they would have done that?
Not sure.
It's interesting, eh?
Yeah, just to make them a little bit more playable. There are way more people that need a little bit of offset than don't. So
maybe to get someone that loves the look of it into that iron so they can still hit it okay, but maybe they don't really need a blade to begin with. But
it's interesting. But this is a really, really quality iron.
It looks and sounds great. The difference between those that first model you tried and this for you seemed to be quite significant. I like that.
Just sounds so much more solid, doesn't
Really
it, than
does.
that other one?
That's just a nice dead straight ball. That's nice.
Like that felt a hair thin, Matty, if anything.
Yeah, you were just a fraction thin, but I think you are a lower spin player, but it retained a decent amount of spin for the strike you made. You didn't lose much of carry. That's kind of that little bit in to out, little slight push, I guess, fade you're almost trying to hit.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, I need to do a little bit more work on kind of getting a bit more rotation and getting less kind of tilt to really feel like I can fade it. And normally I have to kind of work into that a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
But if those first three felt really good.
Well struck. Yeah, that's nice. Those are when we were playing in Florida, your best shots looked like that to me. Like you kind of they were 1 yard draws or 2 yard draws, like very, very neutral shots. Yeah. That's nice. You're dead center on that, little higher launch. Yeah, you're swinging a little faster, you're getting a little more ball speed.
A little more ball speed for sure, eh?
And your efficiency is starting to level off, but it's still a bit higher.
Yeah.
But your strikes are identical, absolutely identical. So I think that's a good little comparison to say you may be the type of person that the look and sort of soul design of that club, maybe it doesn't make sense to most people because this should be more forgiving and faster. Yeah. But you are in fact getting more ball speed out of that, which is a small club.
It just feels like I can get a little bit more club into the ball than with that one. I feel like I'm going to be a little bit clumsy with it. This just feels like my strike is going to be more precise, man.
And it was audible. Like I think those, especially your three best ones that you hit kind of all over the pin, those sounded 10 times better.
Much better, didn't they?
Yeah, and your soul interaction just sounded very clean.
So one more for luck.
Yep, show us another one. That was a great swing. That's nice. Turned a bit, but that's nice. Yeah.
Just feels like it's got more. Feels like it's got more of a hit on it. The 501. I feel
Look at
like
that last one. That was your best ball speed. That's interesting. So this was almost, you were feeling like maybe this was a little sluggish for you. Maybe it didn't have quite the ball speed. It just
struggled with it a little bit.
Just the wrong fit.
For me, yeah.
For you,
yeah,
someone might have the complete opposite experience that you just had. They would find that to be a bit sluggish, not striking it well. Yeah. And this would be better. But yeah, that's crazy. You really got markedly better results. It's cool how close they are on launch and spin. I think people love that. I think again, equalizing the lofts. These are meant to play stronger, to be fair. So you would normally play them stronger.
That one's went 1 weak. The other ones went 1 strong.
So we played them a little differently than they would come, but you put the lofts the same, and your launch and spin were basically identical.
Pretty similar.
You definitely got more efficiency out of the blade. And you swung them a little faster as well. So those two things in combination gave you an extra 5 yards in the air.
I really just like the look of the 501 a little bit more, to be honest. It sounded better for me.
Way better.
Much better, wasn't it?
100%.
And that's just contact. That's purely what that is.
Yeah, because they're made from essentially the same thing. There's no other reason for these to sound and feel much different. No. Maybe a little feel difference because it's a cavity, but the fact that you hit that so much better, I think that's where you were getting that feedback.
Yep.
That's cool stuff.
Well, for the connoisseurs, for the people who are, on the web looking at tour spec golf and those types of websites, these are the irons that you'll all be very familiar with, and there'll be some more from Kyoei, and there'll be Epon and all that sort of stuff. This is the real sort of premium.
Cream of the crop.
It is. It's legendary stuff.
It is. Yeah. Would you play those in a long iron? Those 501s, or do you find, because you're a scratch handicap, so you're in the market that would play that small of a club. Not too many people would play that small of a club. Are they even a little on the small side for like a 4 iron for you?
If I was being truthful, I would want something right in between the two. I would want something that's not quite that.
Yep.
I could play this and maybe 6 to wedge or something, little combo set, but
so a smaller
I
version.
Wouldn't want that amount of sole.
Which I think is fair. It's quite a wide sole, especially for you, as you are saying you're a little bit more shallow than most. So.
Well, the iron that I'm hoping is going to be the one for me this year, and in the testing I've done so far with it has been the MP-18 split cavity,
which is exactly what you're describing. Yeah, it's in between.
It's right in between that, and it's a gorgeous head. It's just the right amount of offset. It really is good, and I got some excellent numbers off that one. So
X100 seemed to be suiting you quite well.
Yeah,
your dispersion was great. You may have not liked some of your strikes, but your actual start lines and the amount of curvature was great. Yeah.
I tell you what, I was really surprised with on that last one. I was really surprised with the curve on that one, because I thought I missed it quite a long way left.
Oh, okay. And it stayed pretty straight.
Stayed really, really straight.
And you're putting for birdie for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, really, one kind of bit of a miss hit, but other than that, they're pretty decent.
Yeah. Good.
Impressed.
Nice stuff. I mean, you certainly can't go wrong. You're going to pay for, the legend of Miura. You're going to pay for the tight tolerances.
That's right.
And the look and feel of it. But
Mr. Miura's had his hands on them.
He's had his hands on them. But important to say, it's not a bunch of nonsense. They do perform very well. They look great. They feel great, and you can obviously get quite a good fit from them.
For sure. Sure.
All right.
Excellent.
Maybe we'll get the lefties in at some point, and I can hit a couple.
I think we have them coming. So we definitely want to get you to hit them.
That'd be great. Well, they hadn't made a new model in like 8 years or something, wasn't it? Like
I know.
The ones I tried were old at the time.
Well, they've been through a transition recently, moving into sort of the North American Miura, or Miura worldwide as they are. Yeah. They've been through a transition. So Miura Japan have always been family owned. And then you've got the Miura sort of entity that exists the rest of the world. So Miura Geekin is the regional kind of brand for Miura.
For North America.
Yeah, if we're just for that.
Oh, sorry, that's
Japan,
just for Japan.
Yeah,
okay.
Yep. And then because of the MG stuff, and then obviously this Miura, the new logo and stuff. That's the revamped one.
That's nice.
Yeah, but I think this for me, the biggest thing. Hopefully, you guys can take from it is the difference between sole design.
I think that's the best.
It just keeps cropping up. Let
me just want to see, where's that other one? Show the difference in the width. You're right. It does keep coming up.
It keeps coming up.
I mean, is it massively different? Maybe not. And this is probably not the best angle to show it. But this has a more narrow section here and a more lead edge relief for sure. Yep. So that's not where people would think the difference in these two irons would be. They would say this has got more cavity. It's more forgiving. This is the one for me. Yeah. And you've obviously been able to identify the sole for you.
Straight away, I just went, I can hit that one. We were chatting there a little bit.
Very interesting.
I mean, by no means am I anyway a connoisseur of picking a golf club in that sense.
No, but
I've held enough and hit enough golf clubs over the years to understand what my preferences are.
Right.
And we were talking about Tiger and how he selected his new irons, and pretty much straight away went, that's quite a good looking head, but I don't think it's the one for me.
Yep.
And then I put that one down and went, you're nice.
Yeah, that's a great takeaway. So look at sole design and width as a factor for forgiveness for you, not just the size of the cavity.
If your angle of attack is pretty shallow, you're a little from the inside, your low point will be closer to where a golf ball is. Something with a little bit more of a narrow sole and a little bit of a leading edge grind will really help with that.
Awesome.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Excellent. Guys, I hope this is kind of a nice little diversion from our usual sort of mainstream companies that we have been reviewing. So we like to do these ones from time to time as well.
For sure we do. Yep. Really, really nice.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.